Hey guys, welcome to the Family Fudge and welcome to Bunches of Lunches Birthday Edition. Now, it's no secret on this channel that I love making themed birthday lunches. I make them for my kids and I also really love making lunch ideas requested by my subscribers. So I thought for today's video it would be super fun to combine the two. And of course that brings me to the question of the day, which is, if you could have anything at all for your lunch on your birthday, what would you have? Now you guys, all of these birthday lunches are going to be super fun but also really easy to make. And I really do hope that these lunches inspire you to make some fun lunches for yourself. Before we get started, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. This first lunch idea was sent in by Brooklyn from New York, and for her special birthday lunch, she requested a Minecraft theme. Now, I would love to know in the comments down below if you have any Minecraft fans in your house, because I certainly have a few in mine. In fact, all of my kids love Minecraft. Now, I know this might sound weird, but for this lunch, I'm going to start by adding some ice cubes to a thermos.
What in the world? Ice does not make a good lunch.
I know that might sound strange, ice and water to a thermos, but that's not for eating, it's actually to help pre-chill this thermos. Now you guys have seen me lots of times add boiling hot water to a thermos, that way it's preheated. Well, this time I'm doing the opposite. Adding ice water to a thermos for about 10 minutes or so before you add in your liquid can help keep that liquid extra cold until lunchtime. So while this thermos is chilling, I'm gonna set it aside and I'm going to move on to the main course. And you guys, I have to be honest with you, I have some concerns about this main course because it's something I've never made before. To go along with her Minecraft theme, Brooklyn requested some square sushi rolls. Now, like I've said, I've never made sushi before, so I did a little bit of research and I found one of the easiest ways is to use a little bamboo roller like this. But because I wanted to make square sushi rolls, I went ahead and purchased this kit from Amazon. Now with this kit, you're supposed to be able to make square sushi, rectangle sushi, and heart-shaped sushi. Now I watched the video on Amazon and it looks pretty easy, but I don't know, we shall see. Now when it comes to the rice, I already went ahead and made some in my Instant Pot. This is actually sushi rice from Japan, and after it was done cooking, I did add a little bit of salt, some vinegar, and some sugar because that's what the instructions said to do. Now, of course, there are so many different fillings that you can add to your sushi. I'm just adding some carrot, some cucumber, and a little bit of tuna mixed with Kewpie mayonnaise. So now I'm following the directions that came with this kit, and it says to go ahead and press down the sheet of nori into the form. Next, I'm adding in this sticky rice, and I'm gonna try to fill it up just halfway. And I'm also trying to leave a little groove in the center so I can add the filling. So now that I have the cucumber and the carrot in here, I'm going to add a thin layer of the tuna. And then right on top of that, I'm going to add one more layer of rice. Now this nori seems a little bit big, like it's too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim off some on either side. And I'm also gonna take the little pressing tool that this came with, and I'm just gonna press down firmly on that rice to make sure it's nice and stuck together. Next, it says to go ahead and wet the edges of the nori so that it will stick, and then just fold it over. Next, I'm supposed to press down one more time to make sure it is sealed, and then you're supposed to very carefully cut in between each little section. And it says not to squish it down with your knife, to just very carefully go back and forth and saw it gently. Now, so far so good, but I can already see some of the nori starting to unravel, and I haven't even taken it out of the form yet. And speaking of taking it out of the form, this is not coming out. I was not expecting this to stick, and I'm not exactly sure how to get it out without squishing it. Okay, guys, I did not expect to be perfect at this by any means, since this is my first time, but I was not expecting it to be such a disaster. I'm gonna go ahead and try this a couple more times and hopefully get a little bit better. Okay guys, so here's round 2 and it is looking a lot better. I think I went wrong on the rice. Number one, I think my rice wasn't sticky enough, and I also think in my first try I added way too much rice, so too much filling. Maybe that's why it fell apart. But you guys, let me know down below what you think I could do differently next time to get this to work better. To go along with this sushi, I'm going to add this tiny bottle of soy sauce. And then it's time to move on to the fruit. Brooklyn requested a green apple with a creeper face. Now this is something that I've made in a lunch a while back, so she must have seen that one. I'm gonna do the exact same thing, and to get the little face on there, I just use these edible Food Writer pens. For her veggie, she asked for cucumber, and one of my favorite ways to serve cucumber is to do sort of a checkerboard design. This is really easy, but you do need a sharp knife to do this, so maybe not for the little kids. I definitely think that the little checkerboard design with all the squares go really well with a Minecraft themed lunch. And you guys, speaking of Minecraft theme, for her snack, she requested this Minecraft cereal. Now, I've only ever seen this at Walmart, and it kind of reminds me of a cross between Lucky Charms, because it includes marshmallows, and cinnamon Cheerios. Now, I'm gonna add plenty of cereal right in this back section, and you're gonna see why when I get back to the drink. Now that the thermos has had plenty of time to chill out, I'm going to dump out the ice and the water, and I'm going to fill it up with some milk. And specifically, Brooklyn asked for green milk, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of food coloring in here, and I'm gonna mix it up. And you guys, the whole idea behind this is to actually add the cereal in the thermos with the milk, just like a bowl of cereal. If you're somebody who likes to have cereal on the go, this is a great way to keep your milk nice and cold until you're ready to eat it. Next up, I'm adding Brooklyn's sweet treat. She actually requested a cake pop, but since cake pops are round and in Minecraft everything is square, my kids helped me to pick out these cake bites. So these ones are perfect for a Minecraft themed lunch because they're square. And these cakes actually have like an almond flavoring to them. They're actually pretty good. And then you guys, I almost forgot, as an added snack, I'm going to add a handful of these Cheez-It Groove crackers. These are actually a Minecraft themed Cheez-It cracker, and I think they're perfect for this lunch. next up, I'm making a birthday lunch request sent in by Nathan from Washington. Now you guys, Nathan asked for something that I've been seeing all over TikTok and Instagram for a while now, and I've really wanted to give it a try. For his main course, he requested something called a ChickfilA Crunchwrap. So yes, if you are a Chick-fil-A fan or a Taco Bell fan, then you're probably gonna like this hack. But just remember, if you wanna make this, make sure it's not Sunday.
I don't always crave Chick-fil-A, but when I do, it's a Sunday.
So for this hack, you're going to need 1 chicken fillet, a small mac and cheese, some waffle fries, and some Chick-fil-A sauce. So I'm gonna need to go ahead and reheat all of these things before the next step. I'm gonna put the chicken and the fries in my air fryer, and then I'm gonna put the mac and cheese in the microwave.
What the heck? That ain't no waffle fry.
And you guys, for this hack, you also need 2 tortillas, but since you can't get those from Chick-fil-A, I just got these ones at Walmart. I'm going to be leaving one of these tortillas whole, and with the other one, I'm going to cut a circle out of the center. So now that everything's heated up, I can go ahead and slice up the chicken. And FYI, all of these ingredients are enough to make 2 of these crunch wraps. So to my tortilla, I'm going to start by adding some mac and cheese. On top of that, I'm going to add a few of the chicken strips. And then on top of that, I'm adding some of the waffle fries. And you guys, I'm really trying not to overfill this. I definitely don't want this wrap falling apart like my overstuffed sushi did. And then lastly, I'm going to drizzle on some Chick-fil-A sauce, and I'm also going to drizzle on some ranch. Now, right on top of here, I'm adding that smaller tortilla, and now I'm going to very carefully fold up the edges just like this. To my pan, I've already sprayed a little bit of avocado oil. So now I'm just going to get this into my pan, seam side down. And I'm just gonna cook this for a few minutes on each side until it's nice and golden brown. Now moving on to Nathan's fruit, he requested a fruit salad. So for this, I'm using some raspberries, some cantaloupe, some green grapes. I'm also adding strawberries, some mandarin oranges, and some kiwis. And then for the veggie, I'm just adding some carrot sticks, some cherry tomatoes, and some cucumbers. Next, I'm adding 2 snacks on the side. First is going to be this Baby Bell cheese. And since Nathan is turning 18 on this birthday, I'm just gonna punch out a 1 and an 8. For the other snack, I'm also including a bag of this white cheddar popcorn. And then for his sweet treat, Nathan requested some good old birthday Oreos.
Wow.
And then last but not least, to kind of go along with this Chick-fil-A theme, I'm also going to throw in some lemonade. Okay guys, now this next theme is super cute. It's all about This birthday request was sent in by Ruby, and Ruby is from Australia. Now for Ruby's main course, she requested a frog-shaped sandwich, and I decided to go with this one. For her sandwich, Ruby asked for peanut butter, and then instead of jam, she asked for honey. Now, because these sandwiches are on the smaller side, I am going to go ahead and add in 2. But for this last one, I also added just a few green sprinkles, kind of like fairy bread. Next, pretty much everything else in this lunch is going to be green to go along with our frog theme. For Ruby's fruit, she's getting some kiwi, and some grapes. And for her veggie, instead of using celery to make ants on a log, I'm gonna make sort of a savory version that I'm calling frogs on a log. To my celery, I'm going to spread on some veggie cream cheese, and then instead of raisins, I'm gonna add a few edamame beans. Now I think this is a really tasty combination, and I really think that the edamame look a lot like frogs. And there you have it, guys, frogs on a log. Next up, for Ruby's snack, she requested some chicken flavored chips, the ones in the green bag. Now, unfortunately, we don't actually have chicken flavored chips here in the US. At least I've never seen them before. So instead, I'm going to add some of these Caesar flavored pea crisps. Now I know they're not very similar, but at least they are green, so they belong in this lunch. Okay guys, now that brings me to the sweet treat. And for this lunch, it had to be gummy frogs. On the side, I'm also throwing in some pistachios. And then for the drink, some apple juice.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Okay guys, next up is a lunch requested by Sanuli. She is from Sri Lanka, and for her birthday lunch, I'm starting with some waffles. But this isn't going to be a breakfast themed lunch. Instead, we're actually going to go with sort of a soup and sandwich combo. To make this lunch quick and easy, I'm just going to use some of our favorite tomato basil soup. This stuff is already made and it's super tasty. I am going to make sure to preheat the thermos with lots of boiling hot water. And to heat up the soup, I'm just going to pour it in a pot. Now I'm also using a shortcut when it comes to the waffles. I'm just going to use these already made store-bought Eggos, but I'm going to be making them into a 3-cheese grilled cheese sandwich. For this, I'm using a combination of cheddar, provolone, and American cheese. And I'm also spreading butter on the outside to make sure that these cook up golden brown and delicious.
You call that a cheese pull? LOL, nice try. Now that's more like it.
Now, I love sending grilled cheese in a lunchbox with tomato soup because when it's lunchtime, you can actually dip the grilled cheese in the hot soup and it kind of remelts the cheese, and it's such a tasty combination. Now that the tomato soup is ready, I can go ahead and add that to the thermos and then move on to the fruit. First, Sunuli requested mango, so I'm going to add that on the bottom. And then to go along with that, she also requested mango yogurt. And since this is a birthday lunch, I'm going to garnish the top of the yogurt with just a few sprinkles. Next, I'm going to add in some cucumber and some baby carrots. And then for her snack, I'm adding in some sour cream and onion Pringles. For her birthday themed sweet treat, I'm also going to add in some birthday cake muffins. And then finally, for her drink, she requested something tropical. So I decided to add in this orange and mango flavored sparkling water. Okay friends, I hope you enjoyed these super fun birthday lunches. If you have a lunch idea you'd like to send in, first make sure you're subscribed, and second, you can use the link in the description box below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.